What you're seeing is an experiment. We're getting ready to work a gravel bar out in the Missouri River for sapphires. And this is a mini sluice. A lot of people make them. Mini sluice makes them for one. And we're going to take that and with our pump and a solar panel to keep the battery charged, run gravel out there for sapphires. Now it's all set up for gold. It'll catch gold, but what we want to know today is, will it catch sapphires? We've got some dirt, and this is kind of gravel that's in the bars out there. It's unprocessed, and we're going to process it, see what happens. There we go. So far so good. Now normally we wouldn't have the this extra sluice here, but we want to see if we catch anything in the back, and if we do, we'll just add that to the mix, and that'll be part of the setup. That's just a screen. There's a separation down here where the material falls below, goes into the little sluice, and I can see by right now that it's catching the little rocks, so it's going to catch the sapphires too. And I think from what I'm seeing right now is that just as a catch sluice, I would include this too. It's a good looking setup. Now as the sluice works, this is a good example of how fine gold works around a bar in a river. This is the bar, and you see how your finer material comes right around, and eventually it's coming down right here, and it's getting sucked all the way around to the back side of the bar, and that's where you find your heavy concentrations of fine gold. Now our second job is to find out where in the sluice the sapphire is caught. Were they catching up there or down in here, or a little bit of both? We'll find that out right now. All right, we're up here in the sluice, and I'll give you a close-up. She's pointing them out. There's one. There's another one. So even the little ones are catching up here in the mini sluice. That's a good thing. I'm just picking them out. Now I just saw this up in the catch basin. There is a whopper sapphire. See that? She's trying to fish it out.
That is nice.
Now that is a huge sapphire. That's the one we're looking for. And now we're checking the lower box, and got one little tiny one there. So I know from that, if we're out on a gravel bar just working a bar, we need both sluices. Now that we've done unclassified material, we're going to try it classified, and got a couple of small sapphires in here. Now sapphires are running 300 to 1200 and up a carat cut, so whatever ones are in there, we want to take a look at them all. Now we're starting again. We're going to do classified material. Our little screen holder there. Nothing complicated about this. You could make one of these or buy a mini or a micro sluice, or however you wanted to do it. We've got here is 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch mesh. Now if you're out in the desert, you can do a lot with just a very little water by using one of these small tubs. Connie's going to go ahead and sift this. Not much water usage at all. And now we're going to do the flip just like we did with the square basket. See if there's anything big in here. And there's nothing. There usually isn't. If you get a sapphire that's over a carat, that's a big sapphire. Yeah, over 3 carats is highly unusual. Classified material going in. It's running really good. Now we left some of the larger rocks in there. We just thought we'd clean it out. See how it ran up here basically. Now we've got a catch screen down on the bottom. We're just running at this point. And if you ever decide to make one of these little mini sluices, the good thing is, you see this little lip down here in the bottom? Find anything big, that's where that catches. And as you can see right down in here, we've got a big pink sapphire. Now that's your high dollar sapphire right there, over 1,200 a carat. And then we've got another large one over in here. That's Mattson's picking that pink one out. Here we go. Should be a little easier to see now that we're cleaning up. We've got the spaghetti mat here, and anything dropping through that, the little fine gold, it's now on top of this carpet. See that? Just tacked a few things together to show you what you can do real quick to make a long tom out of 3 sluices for anything from nuggets to fine gold. As you would take your initial setup, whether it's this or a mini sluice or just a high bank or whatever it is, and run it into an A52 or anything with riffles like that. Your next sluice box, you're going to have the riffles out. In other words, you're going to have that screen out, because all we had initially was a screen. Fine gold needs to run over carpet and separate out. You don't want any interruptions to the water, to the flow of the material where it pumps it back up into the water stream. It needs to settle. So you've got a nice long path for it to start settling, and just run across this carpet. Now on the next sluice we take the screen out as well. I just left it in there to show you the difference, and it would settle right down into that carpet below. And you could run as many of these sluice boxes as you wanted. You could come up with a tremendous long tom off of just that. Now these concepts make a lot of sense for the individual, because there's no expensive equipment to buy, nothing to wear out to speak of. There's virtually no regulatory hassle with something like this. There's no need for a lot of people to run it, salaries or partners or what have you. And in this kind of game, what you're doing is trying to filter out everything, as opposed to just running tons of material with a backloader or something like that. And this was our take for today. And what I'll start doing now is start categorizing them by weight, anything over a carat, into these bins. The pinks I saved because those are the high dollar, 1,200 a carat and above, so anything I can get out of those I try to cut them.